I will tell you, though, that the tide has changed in the last 2 months, or 2 weeks, and Romney has all of the momentum, and we're 3 weeks away. And as I said last night, and I said yesterday on the radio program, what's happening is the president's lies are not being believed anymore. Why aren't they being believed? Because if you've stopped at a gas station, you know. If you're paying $4 a gallon in gasoline, I'm sorry, but what the president said 2 days ago in the debate, that the only reason why we had $1.89 gasoline when George Bush was in was because the economy was collapsing. That's insane. That's the craziest political statement or any statement I've ever heard. That the only reason why we had that cheap gas is because nobody was buying it because we were on the verge of the Great Depression. What he's saying is this is the norm. He's also saying that this is good. This is a good sign that your gas is because people are doing well. Are you doing well? Do you feel like things are on the right track? The reason why Romney is winning is because the president looks completely out of touch. He thinks he's a Jedi. He really does. He's like, your gas prices are good. My gas prices aren't good. No, let me try it again. You look at my hand. Your gas prices are good. The Jedi trick doesn't work. And when you're paying that for gasoline, and then you go in, that's 158% increase since he got into office. But that's not all. We're going to get into this later, but let me just run down this list. This is important for the American people to know. Eggs are up 73%. Coffee is up 90%. Peanut butter up 40%. Milk 25%. White bread 39%. Spaghetti, macaroni is up 44%. Orange juice 46%. Apple juice 43%. Wine up 60%. Electricity up 42%. Beefsteak up 41%. Ground beef up 61%. Margarine up 143%. Everybody knows. You may not know why. People may not be able to explain QE affinity. People may not even know what that is. You may not even know what that is. But you know your ground beef is up 61%. You know that your coffee is up 90%. You know when you go to the gas station, you get gas, it's up 158%. You may not know the cause of it, but you certainly don't connect with somebody who says, there's no problem here. No, we're just on the verge. What we're going to do is more of what we've just done. You know that doesn't work. Not a good idea. Right? And that's what's happening. You look at the president and you say he's out of touch, but then something else is happening. Mitt Romney is one of the most maligned men I think I've ever seen. And believe me, I know maligned men. Here's a guy who has had everything said about him. Everything. He's a racist. He's a religious zealot that just is crazy cult member. He is a guy who doesn't care about people. He's a guy who will fire people, give them cancer, and then dance on their graves. He's a monster. He's just a big Wall Street fat cat that is in love with China and wants to steal your money. He'll put your kids. He and his vice president will they don't only care about your kids, make sure they don't get into college because that's just the kind of guy he is, but he and his running mate will push your grandma over the cliff. He hates animals, you know. He's a racist, you know. What they've done to him is what the media did to Barack Obama in reverse. They made Barack Obama the Christ, the Christus, with the halos and everything. They destroyed his chances because they made him superhuman. And no man could live up to what they made him into. But we wanted to believe it. And so many of us did. Now, they're doing the exact opposite. Now they've made Mitt Romney into the Antichrist. He's the most evil man to ever walk the earth. Well, people are generally concerned, and they want to know what's happening in the world. What's happening? What is happening to us? How many of our friends and neighbors are just starting to wake up and say, what's going on? When did this all happen? How did this happen? What's going on in the Middle East? You know, but they don't. But they're just waking up. And so they start to watch a debate, and they've heard about this evil Mitt Romney guy, and they turn on television, and he's not that guy. Well, who told them that that's the man? Who told them? Two sources, the White House and the press. The press now has 8% trust rating. 8% of the people say, yeah, I can trust the media. I really trust them. 8%. That's beyond bad. Nobody survives an 8% approval rating. As soon as, and it's already here, it's the internet. As soon as there is another option for people, they will take it. Why do you think we work as hard as we do? The media is coming undone, and somebody better be standing there. Somebody in the private sector better be guarding that gate, or it'll be too big to fail. But it is you, it is the internet that is doing it. 8% approval rating. And so when Candy Crowley says, hey, you know what? That is what the president said. Nobody believes her anyway. They hear the applause happening from the press corps in the back. That's who was applauding. It was the press that was applauding. And they hear that. And that doesn't make it better. That's why the polling numbers are going through the roof for Mitt Romney, because people know. They know something's not right, and they question how many times can this president lie to us. And that's where I want to go next. I want to show you some unbelievable lies that we haven't discussed yet, that people instinctively know. So don't worry about the polls. Don't worry about Ohio. I'm telling you, we're seeing divine providence at work. We're seeing the protection of divine providence at work. God is not neutral on the freedom of man. You're seeing enough people waking up. And you're seeing the house of straw that the little pigs in the administration, the little pigs in both parties, and the little pigs in the media all built and said, no, nothing will blow this house of straw down. The truth will consume everything. The truth has no agenda, and it is alive and well in America. Liars in a second.